Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue 13. Yeah, still a very nice looking cover, and this just continues what we had in Symbol of Truth. And the main thing that I like in this issue is the art, and that's really kind of it. They played too long with Bucky's kind of game of what he is attempting to do. It has definitely been seeded, almost kind of similar to Peter Parker of what did he do, except that it's making it seem like he's got this kind of bigger plan, but we never have gotten anything on that kind of plan. It's just like, oh, trust me, even though all these horrible things are happening, it's like, oh, just trust me, bro. And this, of course, piggybacks off of Steve acting very stupidly and out of character in Symbol of Truth. Though, granted, we do get an apology, but it's still kind of just like, that shouldn't have happened. And then, of course, we just get a weird kind of transformation that pops up out of nowhere. So, let's kind of continue. So, we're in Zolandia, and we see that White Wolf is gloating, and he's got more kind of fangs, pretty much saying, oh yeah, your captain is gone, Revolution, a crumbled corpse on the rocks of some gorge, and mine has the blood of Steve Rogers on his hands. In a strange way, I'm proud. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just send my hounds after him, take him out. Sam is the alpha now, so he's gotta protect his pack. And then, of course, Bucky's like, Steve Rogers isn't dead. White Wolf's like, if you've been keeping secrets from me, it's like, what? I mean, if he's not, granted, White Wolf might not be that familiar with Steve and that you gotta do a lot of shit to try and kill his ass, but of course, Bucky's like, no, Ian would say the same thing. Steve Rogers isn't a beast. He's not a man either. Steve Rogers is a mission, and the mission never ends when we switch over and we see the aftermath of Sam just essentially beating him down and then just pretty much leaving him for dead, which kind of undoes his argument of, hey, why are you leaving them to be dead? And then, of course, Bucky pretty much regaling of, like, how generals and commanders would send them into a pocket of hell with no intention of coming back, but no matter the danger, the violence, Captain America never stopped. And then one day in this evil wasteland, he did. While we counted minutes, he lived an entire life, and there's only one damn reason he and his mission survived. A boy, just like me, except this one he called his son, as we see Steve get up and mask himself, and then that he fights for country, for hope and people's ideals, and like you said, White Wolf, hope fails, countries crumble, ideals fade, the future kills the past, and but Steve Rogers is more than Captain America. He's a man with a family whom he loves more than anything, which is just Misty and Sharon and Sam are family to him. He could be worried about Ian, but he wouldn't go to the lengths that he went in Symbol of Truth. It's just whiplashing characterization here now. While he essentially starts an avalanche to, I guess, save his friends, but I mean, I don't know if he was essentially still in Fight Sam mode or whatnot, or if he'd overheard what was kind of going on, and I don't know why he would think that initiating an avalanche would be the best course of action because of how much collateral damage it could hurt on his family. And if his family's in danger, of course, we then see the rest of the group being like, we're hearing that. And it's like, Sam tells him to find cover for the avalanche, and Steve Rogers will never stop. As we see him jumping up and Sam grabbing him, and somehow Misty and Sharon covering themselves as the rest of the ambushing forces are taken out by the avalanche. Which, even though it's kind of, I love the artwork for it, it's great, it's just like, okay. And then, of course, we get Steve apologizing, which Steve would. It's just, he wouldn't go to that kind of lengths. Saying that he's sorry, Sam saying that there's nothing to apologize for, and then Steve's like, you were right. They have my son, and I'm scared, Sam, and angry, and yes, blind. This year's been tough. It's been easy to feel alone. I won't take you for granted again, and the next time you have something I need to hear, I promise to listen to Captain America. And I get that, but there's two warring characterizations. They want him to be very concerned for Ian, which, yes, you can do that and show that concern. He never would leave his friends and family behind to do that. You can show him struggling with that, but he wouldn't do those kind of things. He could get in arguments and then, of course, apologize, but it's just like they just wanted him to fight and to have Sam just beat his ass down. And neither character would do that. It's just nuts. And then they just almost kind of make fun of it, of Sam being like, I shouldn't have cleaned your clock and left you to die. And Sam wouldn't do that to Steve. Like, even in a joking kind of manner, that's just fucking... Oh, damn it. And then Steve's just like, I didn't love that, but I respected that it needed to be done. To beat down your friend and leave them to be dead? That's not good. And then, of course, Misty and Sharon's like, that's going to be the whole apology. I guess I owe you $50. And then he's trying to apologize to Sharon, and Sharon's like, this place is hell, Steve. You're back. That's all that matters. And, of course, Misty's like, so, Captain, what's the next move to Sam? And it's like, we stay on mission, Misty. We save our friend. And evidently Sharon finds something and then just, like, looks at it. It's the weirdest fucking thing that she has, like... It's almost like a fucking video game thing. Now, granted, it's funny to a degree, but it's just like, what the fuck is she looking at? And then she, like, picks up this fucking head thing. It's like, what? Whatever. And then, of course, White Wolf is then reacting to Bucky with everything like that. It's like, Bucky, sounds like, are you on our side? And then, because playing his way, I can't win the game. And then White Wolf sniffing on him, saying, liar. And it's like, alright. And then we see that Bucky goes, and we see that Natasha and Peggy are just having stare-offs because the spite's keeping them both going. She's playing games, James. I am not. Neither am I. Not exactly the opposite, actually. Revolution calls the circle. Power and money to the table. And this is interesting because it actually gets into more of this stuff going on. Like, I liked the idea of this from the beginning, the outer circle, Bucky kind of playing kind of shadow games while Steve's out in front actually dealing with the consequences and everything and trying to get Bucky out of it. But it's just gotten to a point where it's just like, alright, we got White Wolf involved, we got all this stuff. This kind of at least tries to bring it back in, where we see that he calls Power and Money. They're asking if he wants to bargain. He's like, I got Dimension Z. It belongs to me. I just called to watch you sweat. And the Power's like, gloating rarely works for a man in your position. It's like, everything you've done since the Sentry game started again has been in pursuit of taking it. A weapon for the power, resource for the money, hell, even a tool for the machine. Now I control the worldwide supply. Pretty sure you're the one in the bad position, Fortunov. Then perhaps a deal is in order. What price brings the revolution to the table? No deal until I secured my investment. And then it's like, what investment? Like, we're getting to the end here. It's like, what the hell's going on? And of course, Power's like, you think you're different from Gavrilo, but you're making the same mistakes, dangerous allies, trusting your pet star points, and worst of all, you're playing with Captain America. And then thinking about who will be the one to put a bullet in him. And then they kind of go out. Nat, Peggy, please, it's alright, I just need the room. As they then kind of fight again. Not fight, but like argue with each other. And it's interesting to get Peggy's kind of perspective and Nat's kind of perspective, but again, we also need the main plot to kind of go along as well. Nat pretty much telling Peggy that he's going to get you killed, and she'd be better dead than under their control. I thought you'd have understood better, the most famous rogue agent. And she's like, I'm the rogue agent running around from master to master, pretending to be one yourself, sneering at anyone who dares tell you differently. And then she's like, I only came here to help my friend. Pretty sure that makes me the only superhero left in this hellscape. And calls her a sanctimonious honeypot. when Bucky told her about like the outer circle and everything. She almost beat him to death with a roulette table. And I think those are the actions of a person who's proud of their life. I had the Sentry, I had more, I had the Daughters of Liberty, my sisters, I had power, real power, but the outer circle tricked me into their little game and I wasted it all. So if I can help put it right, there's no limit to what I'll do or who I'll become in the eyes of people like you. It's like, oh, okay. I do like trying to give more nuance to what's kind of going on, but it's like, okay, and then that's like, yeah, but the thing is you took his son. She's like, I helped win a war, superhero, and you can't even see the battlefield. We'll have to see about that. And then we get White Wolf pretty much talking about feel them walking on his desiccated skin. I can feel the bones of Zolandia buckle and shift as she prepares to fight. She's old, decayed, filled with liars, and like me, she cannot be trusted, which means they will come, and they will try to throw the Wolf King down. As we see Steve and Co. pretty much walking through, trying to get to the base as they fight off the rest of the Frocks. And then we see that for some reason, either the Neganite or what was like taken from Ian Rogers is transforming White Wolf into pretty much an actual White Wolf, similar to like Cap Wolf, and it's just like, oh, okay. I mean, it's cool and it provides great artwork, but it just comes out of nowhere. It's just like, what? Now, I don't mind callbacks to certain kind of things and kind of crazy ass stuff like Cap Wolf and all that shit, but it's just like, all right, you can do a better kind of job. So he pretty much talking about how they think I can't smell their fear or lies, and there's a trap for the White Wolf. They think petty human fools. We're the ones with the monsters. Did they really think that the Master of Secrets would be outplayed in a Cold War by Captains America and the Winter Soldier? Did they really think I'd be a good dog, telling them to open the worldwide portals, target every city without a hero, ready the brigades, bring in birthing procedures, taking the world for the glory of Dimension Z? We're going to need more wolves, as we then see the last bit with White Wolf fully transformed, which is amazing artwork. I'm just like, I just kind of wanted an actual kind of reason for why it's happening, other than, oh, it can be kind of cool, which can work in certain kind of instances, but this is just like, alright. I mean, up until this point, White Wolf's character hasn't really needed or gone after any kind of thing like that. And it's just weird to have it just pop up kind of here. I know Dimension Z is fucking weird. I read that story arc when it was happening, and that was cool with the artwork and what it did of showcasing Steve and Ian and what kind of could go on with that scenario. Here, it's just like, alright, I at first was like, okay, cool, we got Ian back, we got Dimension Z back in play. There's a lot of different kinds of stuff that could be going on, and this is just like, alright. So, I at least like that we got an apology, even though it was one of the weirdest ones that didn't really need to happen because everybody was acting out of character and we just pretty much did it to get a fight. And we got a strange transformation that looks cool and definitely has great art, but it's just like, alright, now we just got shit going on. So we'll have to see how this ends out, because it'll end out with Captain America Cold War Omega issue 1, and then we've got Captain America's issue 750 and Captain America Finale issue 1 that'll be tying this kind of off before we get to JMS taking over Captain America in September, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. I was like, ooh, because I really liked JMS's run on Thor. Oh god, that was really good, especially with the writing and the artwork. Oliver Coipel? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he did Thor, he also did Siege, and goddamn that artwork. That's one of my favorite ones, man. That was good. So I definitely want to see how that kind of works out with how he handles Steve Rogers and Captain America and what kind of goes on from there. This just, to me, kind of is spiraling a bit at the end. It started kind of stronger and then kind of just went nutty doodah. So we'll kind of see if it can at least tighten itself up by the end, but that's a lot to ask for, especially when Steve and Sam were so done out of character, and Bucky is kind of out of character, but yet it's made it believe that he's not. He's got a plan for this, and the thing is, we aren't learning it until pretty much the end. So we'll kind of have to see how this goes. I don't know. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.